Tamaraws versus UP Fighting Maroons. And for our first semifinals, we have the NU Lady Bulldogs against UST Golden Tigresses, and that is our game number 2. At para naman sa ating hapon na games, we also have Perpetual Altas, Lady Altas, happening today at game number 3 versus Ateneo Blue Eagles. And that will happen at exactly 4 p.m. And of course, our last game for today, ang ating second semifinals, it is game 4 at 6:30 p.m. We have the Adamson versus DLSU. And of course, bago rin naman tayo magpatungo sa ating mga games today, o kaya bago natin simulan ang Game 1, balikan muna natin ang mga nangyari last week. Here is our Impact Plays of the Week.
Robles to Cagande. And that is Alinsog ending this match, hitting that hard from the middle. It's the NU Lady Bulldogs.
Great scramble. Cal, quick set, Ojeda blocked. She goes back to Jewel. Check ball.
This girl is on fire. You know, this is exactly what the UP Fighting need. That they started strong, and now they're really delivering with confidence and composure inside the court. So kahit ilang block na ng UST Golden Tigresses, super rin sila.
Guzman goes to Gandler. Let's see if Nasal can finish this. They go to Canino!
So, I'm not even surprised anymore. When she went for that ball, you really saw that she wanted that point. Nakita mo yung giggle sa mukha ni Angel dun sa bolang yun.
She has been tearing all over the Ateneo defense. Angel Canino. Spectacular performance. Tagula. Dug up there by Bertolano. Chance ball. Tingnan natin if UST could capitalize. Carvalho muli kay Saisa Gula.
And yun na nga yung sinasabi ni Coach Wong Fu na isama mo na patay yung kamag-anak mo.
And Saisa Gula responding to Coach Kung Fu Reyes' challenge. Ninya Itang, Carvalho, Gula, block was there. Jurado finishing things off. Wow, what a match. What a finish. And the UST Golden Tigresses celebrating, advancing to the semifinals. What a hard-fought match.
And those actually are some of the brilliant performances na pinakita nga ng ating mga student athletes. Sana i-continue pa nga rin natin ang pagsusuporta sa kanila. Pero ano ba ang nangyari o ano ba ang results na nangyari nung last Sunday? At ito nga, ng quarterfinals, we have NU versus FEU at nanalo nga ng NU, of course, ng 3 sets. At para naman sa ating game number 2, we have the Adamson versus Perpetual at nanalo rin naman ang Adamson in 3 sets. Para of course naman sa ating game number 3, we have the DLSU versus Ateneo at nanalo rin naman ang DLSU in 3 sets. Para naman sa ating game 4 na alam ko nga nagpuyat at talagang tinutukan natin dahil nga sagutan na nangyari sa game na ito, we have the UST versus UP at nanalo pa nga rin ang UST Golden Tigresses. Pero syempre, one of our players actually stood out dun nga sa nangyari na matches last week. And we also have here ang ating UST Golden Tigresses na si Reg Jurado, and she is of course our player of the week. Grabe naman talaga ang pinakita ni Reg Jurado ng ating game last week. Of course, we have Reg Jurado nung kanilang game against FEU. Meron siyang 20 points with 16 attacks and 4 aces. And of course, versus UP naman, meron din naman siyang binigay na 20 points with a 16 attacks and 4 aces as well. But for today, mabigyan niya kaya ng hustisya ang expectation ng fans sa kanya. But anyway, ngayon, kumustahin na muna natin ang Twitter world. So nakita natin, of course, from Juno for the bawi from their straight set slots against Adamson ng DLSU. Kanino and Gagate were unstoppable. Knew they were surely bounced back and they did it with a bang. So hashtag Shakey Super League, hashtag SSL 2022. So sabi naman ni Gian Christopher, it's Thea Gagate, so this third says, kakaloka ka talaga. You're not jersey number 3 for nothing. Alam nyo, siya na ba kaya ang next to Mika Reyes para sa DLSU? And of course, si Jessica naman, good fight pa rin para sa UP Women's Volleyball Team. Congrats UST, may laban pa kayo sa top 2 teams dahil nga sa tapang at composure nyo in crucial points. Hashtag Shakey Super League. At para naman kay Pucci, best game so far buong season. We have the UP versus UST. At ito, sabi naman ni Body Tiger, isama mo na ang kamag-anak mo, Spike by Saizo Gula, and of course, that is the iconic line ni Coach Kung Fu nung game na yon. Meron din naman tayo from Harley Quinn, Coach Chief Jose Surado, ang kay Regina, naman kanila Saizo Gula at Pierre Abellana. Pierre Air Abellana ba o kaya Saizo Gulpe de Gula? Pero bago nga naman talaga tayo ang magsimula sa Game 1, alam kong kanina pa nga natin na inaabangan. Why don't we follow, of course, My Plus Network on their socials and vote sa ating polls? Will NU stay undefeated? Ayan, sino kaya sa tingin nyo ang mananalo sa ating match na ito? Or will USC pull off an upset? Don't forget to cast your votes and follow us on Instagram as well at my.plusnetwork. And of course, saan pa ba natin mapapanood ang ating live games today? Of course, we are available on Facebook, on TikTok at Shakey's PH, at Shakey Super League on Facebook, on TikTok. Like what I said, Plus Network is here. My Plus Network on Facebook, Plus Network 2020 on YouTube, and the Next Day TV broadcast, IBC 13. And Solar Sports. At syempre, at Plus Network Up Live, kailangan na nga rin naman natin i-download yon para makaboot tayo ng ating favorite games and at the same time, favorite schools. Now, back to the panel.
Breathtaking matches as the semifinals get underway. But before that, let's take a look at these two teams aiming to finish their tournament strong. It's at Tagaod and Asis tandem of the FEU Lady Tamaraws going up against Monares and Encarnacion duo of the UP Fighting Maroons. Good morning, volleyball fans, and welcome to the first game of today's quadruple header. We are bringing you live action, Sheila Salaysay alongside Kayla Reyes for the first match of today. Kayla, these two teams coming off from defeats in their previous matches. What do you think, how they can come back for this match?
Well, I think today is still going to be a very exciting match. Both squads would want to end the Shakey Super League on a high note, and this match will determine who will battle it out for the 5th place.
That's correct. Pero tingnan natin, ito ang ating playoff brackets from the quarterfinals going to the semifinals. Kayla?
As we can see for our quarterfinals, NU won over FEU, which is why they booked the seat into our semifinals match, which they will be playing later on, as well as for UST winning over UP. And since FEU and UP lost last weekend, they will be battling it out today, and whoever wins will have a game next weekend for 5th place.
That's correct. You know, yung mga teams na maglalaban today, let's talk about FEU. After failing to get any wins in the second round of action in Pool F, they had the task of trying to hand the undefeated NU Lady Bulldogs their first loss. Pero it was unfortunate that they lost in that game.
Well, it was a dominating win for NU, and FEU was outscored in all departments in terms of their spikes, blocks, and aces.
That's correct. And then throughout their campaign, si Chini Tagaod talaga ang usual na standout for the Lady Tamaraws. Pero yung kanyang previous match, she was held down to only 4 points.
Yes, that was not her usual numbers, and was able to do their homework, and they were able to limit her performance to only 4 points. As you mentioned, not her usual output.
That's correct. Ganun din naman ang naging outcome ng mga teammates nila and just limiting into single digits. On the other side, it's UP fighting Maroons. Recap naman, going up against the UST Golden Tigresses, one of the longest and most grueling game, with the first, second, and fifth sets went to extended.
Yes, this was a very thrilling match. We saw long rallies each point, each squad fighting for every point, and of course, quality volleyball action.
That's right. They certainly put up the fight in that match. And then, of course, the top performers dun sa laro na yon, well, it was actually Alaysa Bertolano, Joan Monares, and Jewel Encarnacion, 18, 14, and 10 points each.
Yes, these three girls are their squad's go-to players. They really went down fighting, and everyone was able to do their part.
That's correct. We'll talk more about these two teams ngayon. Pasa ka muna sa ating venue announcer for the call-out.
Good morning, volleyball fans, and welcome to the Rizal Memorial Coliseum here in the city of Manila. This is the Shakey Super League 2022 Preseason Championship. Let us now meet the protagonists for this ball game. First, the University of the Philippines fighting Maroons, led by their team captain number 12, Jewel Encarnacion. First, libero number 2, Gisha Capistrano. Make way for their teammates number 1, Marian Sotomil. Number 3, Nina Itang. Number 5, Sel Vergere. Number 6, Ethan Orser. Number 7, Danica Celis. Number 8, Joan Monares. Number 13, Kirsten Ojeda. Number 16, Steph Bustrillo. Number 19, Aliyah Omar. Number 20, Camille Cal. Number 21, Nika Kabasak. And their second libero is number 17, Jam Gayo. And now make some noise for the Far Eastern University Lady Tamaraws, led by their team captain number 5, Tin Ubaldo. First libero number 2, Sheila Kiseo. Make way for their teammates number 1, Shan Zerna. Number 4, Jobs Fernandez. Number 9, Jeannie Tagaod. Number 11, Jill Gallo. Number 13, Ali Devasora. Number 16, Carrie Cruz. Number 17, Barbie Hamili. Number 18, Mitzi Panangin. Number 19, Jean Assis. Number 20, Ann Monares. Number 22, Margaret Encarnacion. And their second libero is number 6, Max Wangko. Introducing our officials for match number 54. First referee, Eli De Jesus, national referee. Second referee, Spink Kabusa, national referee. Let us now meet the starting 6 for both teams. First, for the Far Eastern University Lady Tamaraws. Opposite header number 4, Jobs Fernandez. Setter number 11, Jill Gallo. Outside header number 17, Barbie Hamili. Middle blocker number 18, Mitzi Panangin. Another middle blocker number 19, Jean Assis. Outside header number 20, Ann Monares. And their starting libero is number 2, Sheila Kiseyo. Coaching the Lady Tamaraws is Tina Sala. And now the starters for the University of the Philippines Fighting Maroons. Setter number 1, Marian Sotomil. Middle blocker number 6, Ethan Arce. Another middle blocker number 7, Danica Celis. Outside header number 8, Joan Monares. Outside header, their team captain number 12, Jewel Encarnacion. Opposite header number 16, Steph Bustrillo. And their starting libero is number 2, Gisha Capistrano. Head coach of the Fighting Maroons is Shak De Los Santos.
There you go, these two teams. Our first match of today for FEU, Joblin Fernandez, Jillian Gallo, Barbie Hamili, Mitzi Panangin, Jean Assis, Julian Monares, and Sheila May Kiseo gearing up for Coach Tina Salak. For UP, Marian Sotomil, Ethan Arce, Dani Caselis, Joan Monares, Jewel Encarnacion, Stephanie Bustrillo, and Disha Capistrano naman suiting up for Coach Shaq for this game. Another name na nangingibabaw dito on the floor definitely is the Monares sisters. Pero alam ko merong report dito sa atin si Saben. She'll talk about this later on as we start our first set. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. And that is the first point for FEU, courtesy of Jean Assis.
That was a great hit by Jean Assis. She's proven to be really efficient in terms of adjusting to those sets kahit mapa-quick man yan or mapa-tres.
Gallo serving for FEU.
And that just falls on the line.
And that is out, according to our line judge. Yun ang magbibigay ng unang puntos naman dito para sa UP. Sotomil, the playmaker for Fighting Maroons. Hamili, bibigay ulit kay Assis from the middle, back-to-back points.
As I mentioned, Jean Assis is just really good in terms of adjusting to that ball. It was already an out-of-system play, but still finding that spot on where to bring that ball.
That's correct. Barbie Hamili naman ang magsaserve para sa FEU. She was a bit silent in their previous match against NU. We'll see how she will deliver this time. Aggressiveness for Arce at the net. No, on the usual for UP, sa call-out din natin nakita si Eliza Bertolano naman. And well, normally she comes in at the second set, pero we'll see for this game. Monares ibibigay free ball to FEU. And the other Monares committed an error from an attack.
Missed contact coming from the part of Julian Monares.
Interesting, the sisters parehong nasa open right now. Regalo, and again, Ethan Arce taking control of the ball.
That's great anticipation coming from Ethan Arce, and that's actually pretty difficult to time overpass like that, but because of her aggressiveness and her anticipation, she is able to time that perfectly.
That's right. Fernandez ang magsiset kay Asis. And that is out. That's 3 straight points for UP. 5 serving 2. Jewel Encarnacion on deck. Set this one free for UP. Bigay kay Bustrillo from the opposite. Another one, nakuha yan ni Encarnacion. Monares to Monares. Cross-court attack, and that went through the blockers of UP. It's 3 serving 5. Asis, maganda ang pinapakita at the start. Already has 2 points, short serve. Quick attack from Ethan Arce.
That was a great attack coming from Ethan Arce and a great setup by Marian Satomil. There's great connection between the two.
And that crew play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. No, middle blockers ang scorers natin for the first set. Normally, Barbie Hamili from the back. Monares again. Not minding the blockers of FEU.
That was a great attack coming from John Monares, using the hands of the blockers of FEU to get that point.
This is 7 serving 3. And that's the first service error. Ethan Arce committing at the service line.
We're also not seeing Altomea, the usual starting libero for the UP Fighting Maroons.
That's right. Celis from the middle, pero nakuha yan dito. Atake ng FEU. At walang kumuha ng bola on the side of UP.
That ball was pretty high still, but there was a bit of a miscommunication between Joan Monares and Nika Celes.
Sino ba dapat kukuha pa ganong bola, Kayla?
Well, it really depends on kung sino aako first, but usually dapat yung wing spiker na.
That's correct. Down the line attack. Excellent effort for FEU. Uulit pero miscom on that set. A drop for FEU pero nakuha yan ng UP. This is Monares finding that open spot on the floor of FEU. 8-5 is our count. Pero tingnan natin itong... That's right, first technical timeout tayo.
Nararamdaman ang pagod at tuluyan silang naubos. We won't be seeing Bertolano Escapor for today's match as they now focus on beach volleyball. Altomea is still injured and we will expect Gayo to step up in this rally. It is a series of heartbreaks for both teams, but in today's match, one team will have a different story. Let's find out as we continue set number 1.
Thank you for that report and update, Sab. Well, do you think it's going to be, it will have an impact when if UP missing the services now of Bertolano and Altomea?
Well, of course, I really think Eliza Bertolano is one of the key players of UP, but I'm sure they have many other players that will be able to step up to fill in the shoes of the missing players today.
That's correct, pero no entry in that attack against UP Yan ang sabi ni Panangin.
That was a perfectly timed block on the tandem of Panangin and Monares.
That's right. And that block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Short serve. And a running attack, pero blocked. That time si Celis. Down the line for Monares. She was dug. Excellent cross court. Violation committed by Bustrillo.
There was a double contact called on Bostrillo.
Hamili in that last game, well, she only had 2 points against NU. Definitely, FEU will expect more from her for this game. She was denied in that play. Free for UP. Monares, this time, bit communication miscom between Capistrano and Encarnacion. Fernandez, a good attack from the back.
Great attack coming from Fernandez. Finding that line just to get that point.
8 serving 9 is our score. Babawi si Danica Celis. And look at this play.
We also have to give credit to that perfect pass, which is why Marian Sotomil was able to execute that play and give it to Danica Celis.
That's right. Good first ball. And Mitzi Panangin doing the job from the middle.
Great setup coming from Gallo to Panangin. Take a look at that replay. She's just a high leaper also, aside from her having very long limbs.
Danica Celis again from a slide.
We're seeing an exchange of attacks coming from the middles of both teams.
Exactly. Sila nga ang gumagawa ng puntos dito. Initially, of course, it was Asis and Arce. This time, it's Celis and Panangin on the other side. Gallo, bibigay kay Hamili, and that's too strong for Barbie Hamili, pero meron daw check according to our officials. Puntos ang ibibigay for FEU, 10 serving 11. First ball. This is Encarnacion rejected at the net.
That was a great block coming from Asis and Fernandez. Just roofing Encarnacion on that last hit.
And this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. We are now only in the first set. Pero ang ganda ng pinapakita nitong dalawang koponan. And just in that previous play, Ethan Arce getting a point.
Most of the points of the UP Fighting Maroons are coming from their middle hitters, Arce and Celis.
Marian Sotomil serving for UP. Gallo, bibigay this time sa open.
There was a check called on
Fernandez.
Bostrillo on that last play.
That's correct.
It just touched the hands of the UP blockers, enabling her to get that point.
We are now tied at 12 apiece at free ball ang ibibigay sa FEU. Gallo, combination play dropped. Smart move galing kay Fernandez.
There was a very smart play coming from Fernandez. Finding that area where there was no one to defend, and na-late si Capistrano on reading that ball.
This cool play of the set is brought to you by R&D Milk Tea. Order now. quick, pero nakita yan dito ng FEU. Another play. Double contact. Itatawag kay Galio. Tied again at 13. The team captain on deck for UP. Galio sets this one up. Monares off speed.
Smart play coming from Julian Monares.
No,
Going for that off-speed hit.
right, a couple of plays already kung saan it's the same spot actually for UP ang naiiwang bukas. Kaya naman ang dali makapuntos ng FEU. Another set in the middle. Good save by FEU. Arce, second attempt, she was dug. Good dig by Encarnacion. It's the sister, Monares from UP, ang tatapos ng rally na yon.
See how Monares uses the hands of the blockers, just finding that area to get that check off.
No, showing a more mature skill dun sa atake na yon. This is Ethan Arce serving for UP. Babawi ang FEU pero unsuccessful. Again, Monares, nakita yan ni Hamili. Good dig. Bustrillo to Monares, free. Mitzi was blocked. Another one pero nakita na yan ni Sotomil. Good defense by FEU. Monares ibabalik and she scores for the Lady Tamaraws.
Julian Monares finding that cross-court area for FEU and getting that point. No one there to defend. Nagkalituhan si Arce and her sister, si Joan Monares.
Yes. FEU taking the lead here, 15 serving 14. Disconnect on the setup, and that will give FEU another point as we head on to our second technical timeout.
Fans out there from Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Up Live. Kamusta kayo? You're still watching Shakey Super League. Nakavote na ba kayo ng favorite team and player ninyo? Well, ano pang hinihintay nyo? All you have to do is download the Up Live app and look for the Shakey Super League banner, and it will direct you to the voting page. Of course, logging in would credit you to one vote, both for the team and for the player. Don't worry, if maubusan kayo ng vote credits, you can exchange U diamonds. But for now, let's get back to the game.
Just like old times, yan nga ang binahagi sa akin ng Monares sisters ng magkabilang koponan. Nung high school pangalan daw sila, madalas na daw silang magtapat. Inside the court, magkalaban sila, but outside, iba naman daw ang care nila for each other. A good listener daw ang favorite na trait ni Anne sa kaniyang ate. Resiliency naman para kay Joanne because she witnessed her younger sister overcome her personal challenges. Nung tanongin ko, sino ba ang mas competitive? Pareha silang sinabi sa akin that they never looked at it this way because they have their own victories, own ups and downs, and different stories. What do you think?
Well, it's amazing to see sisters going up against each other. Hindi na nga ito bago sa atin in different sports. Pero ito nga, both of them, of course, came from Bacolod Taytong under the training program of Sir Boy Montalvo.
Yes, and I think it's really great to have a sister that plays the same sport as you because that's where you learn from each other kapag nasa bahay lang kayo, spike receive lang. So, that's another way of learning and being more competitive, especially seeing your ate or older sister excel. Of course, you'd want to be just like her or even better.
That's correct. Pero in that last sequence, you can see Kabasak was blocked at the net, and this block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. First ball by Capistrano. Cal Bibigay kay Kabasak from the open and this time, pupunto siya for UP.
Kabasak utilizing the hands of that FEU block to get that point.
16 serving 17. This is Daate. Munares serving for UP. Free ball for UP. Celis from the middle. Hamili. Napalakas ang hampas. Puntos ang ibibigay dito sa Fighting Maroons. Hamili still committing a few errors at the onset. And for you to join the chatter with your favorite players, download Up Live and scan the QR code now. You can also vote for your favorite school. At syempre, to know more about your players, back-to-back errors coming from Barbie Hamili.
She's hitting that ball under, which is why those spikes are just...
Pag ganun mga miss
Malamig, no?
kailangan timingan natin yung bola. Okay, pasa tayo. Asan si Jill? Jill, pwede siya running. Pwede si Barbie ganito. Nahihirapan siya. Nahihirapan siya dun sa mataas na bola. Kung mangyari ulit na miss reception, pagkapangin lang muna natin sa left side.
Okay,
Ay,
let's go.
pasa tayo, Jill. Gawa tayo para sa
Let's go!
And you heard that right? You heard that from Coach Tina Salak. But Shakey Super League would like to thank Eurotel for being one of our sponsors. Eurotel, where service and comfort meet. Maraming salamat po. And coming from that timeout, from Coach Tina Salak, Kayla.
Yes, before that timeout, we saw back-to-back errors coming from Barbie Hamili, and we hear Coach Tina Salak really just addressing that and telling Galio na nahihirapan nga si Barbie Hamili sa mga matataas na bola.
That's
And
correct, yeah.
in times where sets are like that, you really just have to time it properly since medyo nga nakakalula yung mga matataas na sets.
That's correct. Substitution for Coach Tina Salak. Encarnacion is in. First replacing Panangin. Still tied at 18. Cal sets this one up to Celis. Galio naman ang aatake from the middle.
But that response coming from Jean Assis.
That's right. Ang ganda ng atake ni Jean Assis. Na good adjustment din naman para sa kanya. At si Coach Shaq ang tatawag ng timeout.
Ganahan nyo pa, masyado tayong limited yung ginagalaw natin eh. Okay? Sige, pasa muna, tapos gawa ulit ng play. Ha? Sige.
Same tayo
Yung depensa nung nasa likod, sipag tayo dito, hindi yan babagsak sa harapan nyo lagi. Pag kumi tayo, abat paangat ng
Ladies,
wala.
palagan natin yung free ball. Pag may free ball, galawin natin yung paa natin. Sayang yun eh.
Tara, baby!
One good pass.
Well, I think that timeout was really just called by Coach Shaq De Los Santos to break the momentum of FEU as they are starting to rack in some points in this first set. And of course, a few reminders that medyo limited nga yung ginagalaw ng UP inside that court. And may mga bola na bumabagsak lang without anyone attempting to get those balls.
That's correct. Okay, and that last frame, out daw etong palo ni Encarnacion, but Coach Shaq will call or challenge the call. No, UP will not still displaying the same aggressiveness na pinakita nila during their game against UST. If you guys can remember, first set pa lang, nakita mo, it's extended 27-25. And right now, would you think medyo less yung aggressiveness nila or they're still, getting their groove, Kayla?
I think they're still getting their groove. I mean, it's only just the first set, but they'd have to remain aggressive as we're seeing a very an aggressive FEU squad as well. And that challenge called by Coach Shaq is deemed successful
Yes.
as that hit by Jewel Encarnacion was inside.
Kaya naman tuwang-tuwa si Coach Shaq. And that will go. The point will be awarded to UP. Cel is on the serve. Galio will set this one up to Hamili. Monares was there. Encarnacion will give a free ball. Good dig right there. But that was a better attack coming from Asis.
Great production coming from Jean Asis. Just all in this first set. 5 points already for her. And that point coming from a running attack.
Panangin ibabalik dito as FEU is having a 1-point lead. 20 serving 19. Medyo nagkakagulo ang FEU on their rotation as of the moment, pero nakahabol pa rin yan. Cal set this one up to Arce.
Great connection between Camille Cal and Ethan Arce on that last play.
And Arce already has 5 points in our first set.
Yes, and as you mentioned earlier, we're seeing a battle of the middles. Jean Asis with numbers for FEU and Ethan Arce and Danica Celes also producing for the UP Fighting Maroons.
Substitution naman ang nangyari dito on the side of UP. Babalik si Bustrillo and Sotomil on the floor. Kiseo ibibigay kay Fernandez. She was blocked. Ang gandang production agad galing dito kay Arce, and Bustrillo nakakabalik lang on the floor.
That was a perfectly timed block coming from the two.
(21 serving 20). Sharp serve. Galio. Wow, Asis was denied. Pero babawi naman agad from the opposite si Barbie Hamili. And this spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Coach Shaq, again, challenging the call of our officials. Sabi ni Coach Shaq, net daw si Hamili in that last attack.
Per set, each team will have 2 opportunities to call a challenge, and if the challenge is successful, then hindi mababawasan ng attempts of challenge for that set.
Kanina nagamit na ni Coach Shaq yung first challenge.
Yes, but
successful, so dalawa pa
still have
din.
to.
Yeah. Well, this is a crucial one. Barbie Hamili trying to, contribute more. Kasi nung umpisa, hindi pa niya nakukuha yung rhythm niya sa open. And let's see kung anong magiging outcome nitong challenge ni Coach Shaq. Itong ating challenge system, again, just started in the second round. Pero ito, tingnan natin, it was assist attack ang challenge that time ni Coach Shaq.
After the review, the challenge for UP is unsuccessful.
Challenge unsuccessful? What do you think of that, Kayla?
Well, I think it was a tough angle because it looked like the ball hit the net first, then the hands of the blockers, but that challenge was still concluded as unsuccessful for the side of UP.
Bustrillo from the open. Too wide for UP. Coach Shaq will call for time. Let's listen in.
Dito ka tumatalon sa, lumapit ka doon sa bola. Dito ka tumatalon, no, tapos aabutin mo, parang back row. Hindi, magkaiba yan, nasa front eh. Okay, good set, Mike. Good receive. Ikaw ba yung nasa front?
Opo.
Patakboy mo to, takbo tres, huwag quick tres. Takboy mo.
Same,
Para mag-separate yan. Ha?
Tres ha.
Okay, ganda naman yung receive eh.
Target.
One good receive lang, malayo pa yan, malayo pa. Ha? Step away ha.
Five!
We're seeing the momentum slightly shift to this FEU side, and that's why Coach Shaq called another timeout, giving a few reminders to Steph Boschilio as she committed an error prior to him calling a timeout.
Yes, Coach Shaq just wants to, regroup. At
Yes.
syempre,
And of course, a few reminders as well, going back to the basics for Steph Boschilio, and immediately a response coming from her end.
tama ka dyan. Ang ganda nga na naging sagot dito ni Bustrillo coming from that timeout of Coach Shaq. And that was Coach Shaq expects. Diba? Kaya naman hindi siya napapagod magbigay ng reminders dito. Galio, combination play, pero naitawid niya ng FEU. Bustrillo from the opposite. Back-to-back points.
Back-to-back points coming from Steph Boschilio, this time going down the line.
And the spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. This is FEU calling for timeout.
Dito sa dito, unless talagang walang-wala. Yung 3-meter line, andun na kinuha yung bola. Saka natin na. Pero doon beyond sa 3-meter line, tuloy tayo sa pattern. Tuloy tayo sa block. Jill, commit na ulit ito. Pwede usap lang tayo dun sa set play. Nagkakalito tayo, atake. Sige.
Go! FEU, tuloy lang.
Coach Tina Salak just calling that timeout for reminders in terms of FEU's defense pattern, since that was two back-to-back points coming from Steph Boschilio in that last two plays.
Adjustment on floor defense ang narinig natin dito galing kay Coach Tina. Galio, ibibigay from the back. This is Fernandez. An instant point from FEU.
And that's what you have to love about these players, immediate responses right away. We've been seeing that when Coach Shaq called the timeout, and this time when Coach Tina called a timeout.
That's correct. 23 all po tayo. First set pa lang. As Monares gaining a point from that down-the-line attack.
Monares going to zone 1 this time in that last play, and just no one there to defend for FEU.
Ganda na naging placement or atake ni Monares. No, down the line, nag-iwang bukas yung spot na yon. Galio, bibigay from the back. And Fernandez again, earning a point. Kanina pa, etong FEU, hindi ganun kalakasan yung atake, pero they make sure to gain points. Tabla tayo at 24. Good first ball. Bustrillo. And she gets that point.
We have to give credit to Juan Encarnacion for that perfect pass, which allowed Sotomil to set up Steph Boschilio in that last play.
You know what you like about Encarnacion, pag nasa likod siya, ang maaasahan mo pagdating sa depensa, really doing the job, be of an all-around player for Coach Shaq.
Yes, and so far, she has only tallied 1 point, but really contributing in terms of floor defense and her reception.
That's correct. Attempt for UP, pero nakita ni Ubaldo. And that attack error coming from FEU. That's Devosora committing an error and will give UP their 26-point winning this set, 26-24 for first set. set number 1, exciting agad. Nag-umabot tayo ng extended pero ang nanguna sa simula niyan ang mga middle blockers from UP and FEU.
Yes, our set 1 was really neck and neck, and I feel like whoever's able to reduce their errors will take this match and take this next, our second set. And we can also see contributions coming from Ethan Arce, Steph Bostrillo, Joan Monares, and on the other hand, for Far Eastern University, we have contributions from Jovelyn Fernandez and Julian Monares with 5 points apiece.
That's correct. You mentioned about errors. Each team or both of them had committed their own versions pero nakabawi naman sila kaya naman umabot tayo at the 26-24 na score. We also saw the performance at palitan ng atake nitong Monares sisters, Ann Monares of FEU and Joan Monares of UP. For the second set, what adjustments should these two teams do, Kayla?
I think they just both have to limit their errors, and especially those attack errors. Medyo nangangapa pa yung dalawang teams in that first set, which is why Hamili couldn't get her game going. We saw back-to-back attack errors coming from her, but let's see how she bounces back in this match.
That's correct. Second set underway, and we expect to see Chini Tagaod on the floor this time. And pero pasok ko muna kay Sab San Diego for this report.
Kahit daw naman nagiging hectic na ang schedule ng girls, hindi daw napapagod ang UP Fighting Maroons according kay Danica Cedes, middle blocker, dahil sabi naman niya sa akin na sabik daw maglaro ang team dahil din naman sa pagpapahinga nga nila nung pandemic. Sabi rin naman niya sa akin na she has faith with her teammates with their passing blockings as long as hindi daw sila maunahan ng doubt sa sarili dahil alam naman niya ang capabilities ng kanyang teammates. Maging matapang lang at magkaroon nga ng tiwala. That's all for now. Back to the panel.
Thank you for that report, Sab. And hindi lang UP, players from UP, of course, ang challenge when it comes to playing. Syempre, lahat ng student athletes na nakasali dito sa Shakey Super League. It's a challenge. Well, we both also, diba, were student athletes before. And kudos sa lahat ng ating mga players. At the same time, manlalaro na patuloy, of course, to show their passion in sports and at the same time, studying as we begin our second set. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Encarnacion with their first point. I'm talking about FEU kasi meron ding Encarnacion dito sa UP.
We're seeing a different set of players in the second set because of our all-to-play rule, which is still in effect even if we are in our classification matches and our semifinals.
That's correct. As Ubaldo gaining a point from the service line. And this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. That's Itang making her presence felt at the onset of this set.
That was an emphatic kill coming from Nina Itang, and perfect connection between the two, Camille Cal and Itang on the middle.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Iseo with the first ball. Ubaldo sets this one up to Devosora, but she is blocked.
You just gotta love the energy of Nina Itang. Back-to-back points from her. This time going for that block.
This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. 2 points apiece. Ubaldo ibibigay sa gitna. And Serna getting that point. Well, you can see the aggressiveness that FEU is displaying sa simula nitong ating second set.
We're seeing Chini Tagaod now on the floor as well, and their captain Tin Ubaldo setting their plays during the second set.
Tagaod will not get a point as our officials call that 4 touches. Violation against FEU. Nina Itang had 7 points in their previous match against UST, but committing her first error for this game. Serna in their previous match had 2 points. Pangalawang service ace na yan dito ng FEU. What's lacking for UP at this part of the set, Kayla?
Well, I think it's just their knowing their responsibilities in terms of who is gonna get that first ball or the reception, since medyo nagkakatinginan lang din sila kapag nagsaserve yung FEU.
No, they have to communicate, as you've mentioned. And Tagaod finally getting a point. That breezing through the blockers of UP. And we talked about Tagaod. She was held down kasi yung puntos niya against NU, she only had 4.
Yes, and usually she always is in double digits, but nabantayan din siya ng blockers ng NU. But
as too low of a setup for Omar. That's Aliyah Omar.
That did not go over the net, and that point will be awarded to FEU.
FEU already having a 4-point lead. 7 serving 3. Services, that's the 3rd for the Lady Tamaraws. First technical timeout. Lamang po dito ang FEU, 8-3. Back inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, you are watching the classification match of UP and FEU. UP taking on the first set at extended agad sa umpisa pa lang. But here in set number 2, it's FEU having a 5-point lead.
UP also having a bit of a struggle in terms of their reception. FEU now having 3 aces, if I'm not mistaken.
That regalo, of course, Tagaod hindi magpapahuli and will take advantage of that. A couple of misreception on the side of UP. Service aces for FEU.
That was great anticipation though, coming from Chini Tagaod, seeing that overpass coming from the UP side.
Cal making an adjustment. At syempre, sinuklian naman ng puntos yan dito ni Vergere. You like how Cal was able to do her part at naibigay niya kahit papano kay Vergere. Ubaldo, back quick. Well, Vergere attempted to block, but Devosora showing too much power in that attack.
That was a great attack coming from Devosora, seeing that she only had 1 blocker and being able to use the hands of Vergere on that last play.
Another service ace, and this time it's Devosora getting that point.
UP having a bit of a problem in terms of their reception ever since the start of the the second set.
That's correct. Kaya naman mapapatawag ng timeout dito si Coach Shaq.
Ang dali-dali kumuha ng short ball eh. Bilisan mo yung step mo, tapos abangan mo sa ilalim. Angat mo lang sa setter. Okay?
Sige. Okay lang.
Usap lang kayo, re-receive lang. Wala silang sobrang kargadong service. Tinataas lang nila. Tayo lang yung ayaw mag-commit. So, commit tayo doon. Ha? Receive tayo maganda.
Medyo kailangan matakot sa pasa kasi di naman malakas serve nila eh. Short ball lang. Huwag kayo matakot. Kaya naman natin yung nakakatakot yung serve nila. Paro lang tayo ha.
Commit tayo. Commit sa mind. Simple lang yan. UP!
We heard reminders coming from Coach Shaq on that last timeout as we're seeing UP struggle in terms of the reception. We also heard him mention that hindi naman malakas yung mga serves na binibigay ng FEU, which is why they just have to really move their feet and call out mind in terms of reception.
That's right. And coming from that timeout, nakapuntos agad ang UP dito. And that's courtesy of Cal from a drop. And in that timeout, ang keyword would be commitment. Yon ang gustong makita ni Coach Shaq sa kanyang girls on the floor right now as UP serves. Point is gained from an ace. That's
Meanwhile,
Vergere.
an ace coming from Selena Vergere.
UP, attempting to make a comeback for this part of the set. Baldo, ibibigay kay Tagaod off the block at hindi yan nakuha ng UP.
Tagaod starting to heat up in this second set. Take a look at that replay. Going through the block, seeing that their UP's middle blocker was late to that block.
Animang kalamangan ng Lady Tamaraws, 12, serving 6. First ball by Capistrano. Tukabasak. Ubaldo. Encarnacion off speed. Drop ball ni Ojeda pero that is out.
That was too wide for Ojeda. Ojeda unable to adjust to that setup coming from Camille Cal.
And FEU taking the lead here. Lumalaki na nga ang kalamangan nila dito. But that will be cut down as Chini Tagaod commits a service error.
That is a tough serve though. We've been seeing actually more players nowadays doing that spin serve. Usually you just see that in men's volleyball, but it's great to see our women student athletes being able to do this serve and having really powerful serves.
That's right. Well, excellent save right there by FEU. What? And that salvage, also gaining them a point. It gains a point from that block. No coverage on the side of UP. This block of the set is brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. Fourteen serving 7. Itang, masyadong dikit. And you see Ubaldo, very happy after getting that point. She is in front together with Serna in that last play. This is Struce on deck for FEU. UP scrambling on their floor defense. Encarnacion blocked at the net. That's Cal and Itang safeguarding for UP.
Great block coming from Nina Itang that time. We're seeing a bit of disorganization coming from this UP side, but that was a great block still coming from Nina Itang.
Tagaod from the back. She is rejected. And And back-to-back points. Block points ang nakuha dito ng UP. 9 serving 15. This is Cal serving. Ubaldo, bibigay kay Encarnacion from a drop. Buhay pa ang bola. Chance for FEU, but
Miscommunication between Ubaldo and that was Zerna on that last play. Actually, those are very tough to do because you really have to trust in your setter being a middle blocker.
that's right. Now UP continues to serve here. At pagkakataon muli for Fighting Maroons to get a point. Let's see. Nina Itang with an exclamation point at that running attack. It's Coach Tina Salak naman ang tatawag ng timeout.
Okay, palakasin natin yung opensa natin kasi talagang itong rotation na ito yung pinakamahina. Kailangan natin maging umabot sa 16 para, di ba, dire-diretso yung moral natin. Binibigyan natin ng pagkakataon pumutos sa mga lapses natin. Wala, focus tayo. Ito yung present. Gawa natin ang paraan na pinakamahina rotation. Dapat mo yan! George!
One thing that Coach Tina Salak mentioned was na ito yung pinaka mahinang rotation ng FEU, which is why they just have to get that one more point in order to be able to sub in their usual starters as we have an auto-play rule in effect.
That's right, and that in the previous sequence, good play off the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Itang seeing the drop at naibalik niya yan agad. Tagaod will try again and good coverage for FEU. This is Encarnacion. Awesome defense by UP. Cal from the back and Omar will get the point.
Great adjustment coming from Aliyah Omar.
No, ang laki ng una ng kalamangan initially dito ng FEU. Pero this time, it's only down to 3 at si Cal pa rin ang magsaserve. Baldo bibigay kay Tagaot from the back. At hindi papayag. Si Itang makatawid ang bola ng FEU.
Itang now at 5 points. And a lot of those are coming from blocks. We have to love her aggressiveness in terms of her net defense. And of course, whenever she gets a set coming from Camille Cal, she really makes sure to kill that ball.
That's correct. At yun naman talaga ang kanyang role dito sa UP, safeguarding that net. As Cal will set this one up. Pero nakuha yan ni Kiseo. Encarnacion. Drop. She's rejected. Ubaldo. Encarnacion. Still blocked. It's Ubaldo hitting the ball. Good rally we're seeing right now. Down the line, pero na doon si Tagaod. What a rally. Free for UP. What do you think of that play, Kayla?
That was tough to tell because our referees call it as 4 touches or not over, but Coach Shaq will be calling a challenge. See that ball hit the hands of the blockers of
yes.
FEU.
But that has been the longest rally we've seen so far for the first 2 sets. Nakita natin yung mga setups dito ni Cal, parating mabababa at mabibilis. And that's also the same way for Ubaldo. But we'll see the outcome of this challenge kung kanino ba papabor. And from that angle, Coach Shaq again winning this challenge. Successful. The coaches of FEU were gesturing a dead ball dahil initially puntos daw yun for FEU dahil our officials pointed na sa kanila, but Coach Shaq challenged the call.
And that point will be awarded to UP from the looks of it.
Because they won the challenge. Let's see, UP, bibigay kay Encarnacion and she will score. Well, look at this replay. Encarnacion bumawi agad after UP getting that point. Pupunta tayo sa ating second technical timeout. UP having a 2-point, FEU having a 2-point lead.
YouTube, TikTok, and UpLive. Continue show love and support to your favorite teams and to your favorite players by downloading UpLive and clicking the Shakey Super League banner in UpLive. Claim your one vote credit daily and vote for your favorite team and favorite players. Or you can exchange 10 new diamonds to vote for your favorite team and favorite players. Voting is extended up until the finals. So what are you waiting for? Show love and support to your teams now. But for now, back to the action.
Thank you for that, John Panerio. So for you to vote for your school, download UpLive and scan the QR code. Scan the QR code. There you go, right now on your screens. Also get an update and watch some videos and chat with your favorite players in that platform. As UP commits an error, Itang and Cal having a miss in that last setup, and FEU continues to get more points.
We're seeing some substitutions on that FEU side, but that will be made after this play.
Probably too late for that. Monares babawi from that setup. This is Joan Monares.
The older sister of the two Monares is playing on the court right now.
Ito na nga, you mention Monares, kakapasok lang dito ni Ann Monares of FEU and assist.
And because our scores are now over 16, both teams will be able to field in their usual starting 6.
That's correct. Baldo to Monares down the line, pero nakuha yan ni Cal. Good adjustment from UP. She will attempt, and this time, this is Devosora getting a point.
Great attack coming from Devosora, skying over the blockers of UP to get that point.
18-5 is our count. At lamang dito ang FEU. Sharp serve. Cal hindi umabot sa second ball. Ace ang makukuha dito ng FEU. FEU already had 4 service aces. On the second set, 4 din ang kanilang kalamangan. Kaya naman mapapatawag ng timeout dito si Coach Shaq.
Hindi tayo makaka-receive ng maayos yan kasi nagpapakiramdaman lang tayo. First ball, sayang yung inabol natin, no? Trabahin pa natin, ha? Kailangan maganda yung ending nito, ha? Trabahin natin ng maayos, ha? Okay, first ball muna, first ball.
Apat lang yan, let's go!
Taas mo lang, taas mo lang.
Meron pa lang time tayo.
Huwag tayo pangunahan ng takot natin.
Focus, gamit tayo sa bala, tara!
Let's go, UP!
Again, we're seeing the same reception problems on the UP side, which is why now Coach Shaq is fielding in Jewel Encarnacion to help out in the receiving department, as she has been very efficient in terms of reception for her squad.
That's correct. Ito ang reception errors ng UP. Una pa lang, first set pa nila nagagawa. Kaya naman kailangan nilang mag-adjust on their defense. Encarnacion. And ibalik naman ng UP ang bola na yon as Ubaldo sets this one to Asis from the middle.
Another attack coming from Jean Asis.
You know what I like about dun sa sinabi kanina ni Coach Shaq, nagpapakiramdaman sila, which is very unusual because we are already towards the end of this set.
Yes, and that's what you see, that nobody wants to commit into getting that first ball. Walang umaako sa responsibility in terms of reception, but immediate response from Nina Itang, her 6th point of the match, with an emphatic kill from the middle.
And this spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Nina Itang has been superb when it comes hitting in the middle. And of course, yung blocks niya kanina pa. At Ginases with a response in an instant.
You really have to love the game that Jean Asis is showing today. So much power and so much aggressiveness on that middle area.
And the battle of the middle blocker continues from these two teams. Short serve. At Cal, bibigay dito kay Celis. Ubaldo sets this one to Tagaod. Celis to Encarnacion, and she will score.
Great attack coming from Jewel Encarnacion. She's been quiet in terms of her offense today, but let's see if she can start to heat up in the second set, as UP will be needing it to catch up to FEU's lead.
That's right. Sotomil and Bustrillo back on the floor. At dahil humahabol nga sila dito, we have a full front row for UP, Encarnacion, Bustrillo, and Celis. This time, attack from the middle did not work for FEU. Encarnacion adjusted, and she will get a point.
That was a great adjust coming from Jewel Encarnacion. As you can see, that set was a bit too close to the net, pero nagawan pa niya ng paraan going through that block to get that point.
Yes, ang ganda na naging adjustment dito ni Encarnacion at hindi niya pinilit paluin yung bola, but instead outsmarting the defense of FEU. From the back, at pupuntos nga dyan si Devosora.
That was a great attack on the other side coming from Devosora, utilizing that UP block to get that point.
On the side of FEU, palitan din ng players dito. Fernandez and Gallo naman ang papasok. FEU having a 4-point lead, 22 serving 18. Encarnacion, a good first ball. Sotomil to Encarnacion once again, and UP will earn a point.
That was a great pass, a perfect pass coming from Jewel Encarnacion, and of course, she also finishes what she started with a perfect hit on to cross court.
But FEU will call for a challenge. Yan natin itong magiging resulta ng challenge ni Coach Tina Salak. Lamang pa rin ang FEU dito. Ball in, ball out. Ang hawak ng FEU, challenge.
After the review, the challenge by FEU is unsuccessful.
And it's unsuccessful for FEU. UP gets to serve, and that's Jewel Encarnacion. Service ace for Jewel.
Back-to-back points coming from Jewel Encarnacion. After that attack, she gets a service ace this time.
Yes, trimming down the lead of FEU to only 2 points. Galio, bibigay kay Fernandez and she will hit it through the net.
Attack error on Fernandez. That ball not going over the net. And a timeout.
Gawin muna natin. 20, 40, 14. Gawin natin. Kailangan mong mag-commit pumasa para hindi mahirapan dito. Tina-target si Ann. Kung miss reception tayo, ihatid lang natin na maayos. Andyan si Job at saka si Chini. Andyan si Ann. Nagkakaintindihan. Set play tayo. Ano magandang play kay Kari at kay Job? Okay. Sabihan mo lang din si Chini sa likod.
Isang pasa lang! One good turn! UP with a mini run so far.
Isa na lang ang lamang dito ng FEU and Encarnacion continues to serve. Naitawid pa yan ng FEU and this is another day coming from FEU. Fernandez off the block pero kinuha yan ni Sotomil. Cross-court attack. Iseo was able to put the ball up. That is Gayo, the second libero of FEU. There's a check on the side of Lady Tamaraws. Kaya naman puntos daw ang ibibigay sa UP. Si Monares, Ate Monares ang nakakuha ng puntos and we are now tied at 22.
Joan Monares using the hands of that FEU block to get that point. So much power actually in that last hit.
Tagaod ang magsaset dito. Good coverage by Kiseo. From Tagaod, from the back. At hindi nga yan na-contain ni Encarnacion. Too much power in that last hit.
Ang laki din ng hinabol ng UP in this second set. As we are now 23 to 22.
Good reception by Encarnacion. Miscommunication.
Free ball for FEU.
Drop ball. At makakapuntos dito ang FEU courtesy of Fernandez. And again, sa mga ganong atake ng FEU, hindi pa rin nakakapag-adjust ang UP.
Yes, in terms of their floor defense, a lot of the points of FEU are coming from those drop balls and off-speed attacks. And no attempt in the floor defense of UP.
That's right. Cross-court attack. Nakuha yan dito ni Wangko. This is the other Monares attempting. Sotomil to Bustrillo. Rejected. Gayo for a free ball to FEU. Let's see how Monares, she will be blocked. Tagaod from the back. Excellent defense. Pinapakita ng dalawang teams natin dito, but FEU committing an error in that rally.
Set point saved by the UP Fighting Maroons this time.
Nani Caselli is serving for UP. 23, serving 24. First ball by Kiseo. Monares, may kasamang gigil, just hitting the ball through the net. And again, we are going to an extended set. 24 points apiece. What an effort being shown here by UP. Ang laki ng kalamangan, nabanggit mo nga earlier, Kayla. Galio from the opposite, and what an attack coming from Fernandez.
You have to love the energy that Jov Fernandez is showing in today's match. Her own type of contribution, 6 points already, and we're just in the second set.
That's right, set point for FEU. Sotomil, down the line hit. That's Joan Monares.
a response from Joanne Monares on the other side, going down the line this time. And we saw this hit as well coming from her in the first set, knowing how much power and how much angle to put into bringing those balls down into zone 1.
That's right, as Bruce Trillo on deck for UP. Service ace! What a timely point for UP. And this time, Coach Tina Sala calls for time. Let's listen in.
Okay, ganito. Natataranta tayo because ayan na naman, nandito naman tayo sa stage na kinakabahan na naman tayo. Tanggalin nyo na nga. Ngayon, commit natin sarili natin, papasa tayo, atake tayo, block tayo. Hanggang sa matapos. Hanggang sa matapos, tapusin natin. Tapusin natin. Hindi tayo magbibigay ng puntos. Gagawa tayo ng
As we heard in the timeout called by Coach Tina Salak, medyo natataranta nga at kinakabahan ang FEU squad as they're unable to play their usual way of playing when it comes to crucial points or when there's more pressure involved, as they have to be playing perfect volleyball at this point as UP is now at set point.
That's correct. They cannot commit an error, if they want to snatch this from UP. Assist of the block. Itang! She had a good thing in mind, but poor execution for Nina Itang.
Good intention though coming from Nina Itang to drop that ball, but she babied that ball a little bit, which is why it wasn't able to cross the net.
Napatayo na lang nga si Itang after committing an error. And again, tied at 26 for the second set. Sotomil to Itang. Iniwasan ni Ubaldo while reading that ball out, pero that touches the line in favor of Nina Itang. You can see.
Bumawi rin si Nina Itang on that running attack. UP now again at set point.
Ubaldo, one-hand set pero naitawid. Good save by UP. Sotomil to Encarnacion. And Jewel Encarnacion taking the matters into her own hands. UP, good comeback, regaining the lead and taking on the second set. 2-0 po tayo for this first match.
sa Rizal Memorial Coliseum at sinusuportahan nga nila ang UP Fighting Maroons. Pero ang tanong ko lang po, no, sino ba ang specific player na sinusuportahan natin at bakit?
Milkal! Bakit? Kasi po matapang at palaban.
Oo, matapang at palaban. At dahil dyan, i-cheer naman natin ang girls in 3, 2, 1, and go!
Let's go UP! Let's go UP! Let's go UP! UP fight!
Yes, UP fight! Now back to the panel.
I like that cheer from UP fans, and this Shakey Super Fans of the Game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now. Set number 2. So, at the onset ng una dito, ang FEU having, as big as a 5-point lead nung umpisa, but you can see production from, of course, everyone. Ubaldo, Serna, Tagao, Devosora, pero nabawi naman to ng Fighting Maroons.
Yes, it was a come from behind win for our second set on the side of UP, and we see contributions from Nina Itang, Jewel Encarnacion, and Joanne Monares to cap that second set off for now 2-0 on the side of UP.
That's correct. As we begin the third set, adjustments on the side of FEU, pero tingnan muna natin itong stats ng dalawang koponan.
We can see that what really set the second set apart were the 5 blocks compared to the 1 block on that FEU side, but for everything else, it was all neck and neck in terms of the attacks and the aces. What really set this set apart was really the blocks, and we saw most of those blocks coming from Nina Itang and Nika Celes.
That's correct. Monares and Encarnacion plus Itang really delivered the goods for Coach Shaq in the second set. 4 service aces ang nagawa dito ng Lady Tamaraws. As you can see, the UST Golden Tigresses, sila po ang maglalaban for our second match going against NU, and for you guys, of course, para makita or makaboto sinong gusto nyong manalo for our semifinals, you can do that by visiting our Facebook pages. Of course, that's Plus Network social media page. And this third set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now. First point makukuha dito ng UP. Kiseo bibigay dito sa open chance for UP. Bustrillo, too strong to contain para kay Gallo.
Great attack coming from Steph Bustrillo this time, going cross court.
Back-to-back points for the Fighting Maroons. As Sotomil leads actually this team, the first setter for UP. Overset by Gallo. Consecutive errors being committed here on the side of the Lady Tamaraws. That's 3 straight points for the girls in maroon. The first service error committed here. At yan ang magbibigay ng unang puntos para dito sa Lady Tamaraws. One serving 3. Ethan Arce, hindi naabot yung setup na yon. And that gives another point to FEU.
Julian Monares still on deck to serve.
Good first ball by Encarnacion. She's blocked at the net. Bibigay kay Bustrillo. Wangko kay Tagaod. Good coverage by Sotomil. And that is a violation committed by UP.
4 touches will be called as that ball did not go over the net.
But Coach Shaq will use or will challenge the call here. No, FEU, ang ganda ng kanilang naging simula on the second set. And yun yung gusto ni Coach Tina Sala for her girls to become more aggressive. Pero towards the end, nakabawi dito ang UP. And in that part, para makabawi naman dito ang FEU on the third set, what do you think they should do, Kayla?
Well, I think they have to still maintain that strong start they have. And what I really love about FEU is their character. And once they start to enjoy when they play, they become such an unstoppable team. And for being a young team, they show so much talent actually. And yung kulang lang nila is yung communication on that court.
That's correct. Now, while waiting for the outcome of the challenge, you can see on the floor, Trus, Gallo, Monares, Tagaod, and Fernandez, no Barbie Hamili for FEU. For UP, of course, Arce, Bustrillo, Encarnacion, the other Monares and Sotomil. And tingnan natin, itong video challenge.
After the review, the challenge for UP is successful.
Coach Shaq, again, successful sa challenge na yon. And since the first set, ilang challenge na nga ang napanalunan or successful in favor of UP. But Coach Tina Sala continues, of course, to contest.
That was
The
actually
challenge.
hard. It's very tough to determine. Even if we have the challenge system, it's still difficult to determine whether a challenge is successful or not.
That's right. And our officials continues to discuss to Coach Tina Salak. Meanwhile, Chini Tagaod earning a point from the open.
But you really have to love that about these FE girls, that even if they get a call that they are still contesting, ang bilis naman nilang bumawi.
And normally, this coaches parating nire-remind yan. Di ba parang hindi mo dapat masyadong alalahanin yung mga unfavorable calls and just focus on the game. As UP committed another error.
The setter was at the back row, which will be called a violation, and the point will be awarded to FEU this time.
That's right. Back set, and Bustrillo ending that rally.
Great attack coming from Steph Bustrillo, this time going down the line. It's actually very difficult to block her as she is indeed a lefty.
Yeah, she's very efficient in that role. And this spike of the set is brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Gallo, bibigay kay Tagaod, and Tagaod will just breeze through the blockers of UP.
That wasn't a powerful hit coming from Chini Tagaod, but she knows how much power and where to place that ball in order to use the hands of the blockers of UP to get that point.
That's correct. Set this one up to Itang. She was dug. Naibalik yan ng FEU. Sotomil, Tumonares, cross-court, but that will go out.
That was too wide for Monares. But a challenge will be called by Coach Shaq and the UP coaching staff.
In FEU's game against NU, Monares, she was utilized, all throughout the game. But that time, still, hindi naging ganon kalaki ang kanyang naging contribution. But for this game, she already delivered 6
points, yes,
for Coach Tina Salak.
That's another point for Julian Monares, and a great eye actually by Coach Shaq as He's been really lucky in the challenges
Yes.
today. I think they've won about 4 challenges
That's
so far.
correct. Kaya naman tuwang-tuwa siya. Kita mo at the sidelines tuwing magiging successful at magiging pabor ang resulta ng challenge sa UP. Itang, regalo pero nakuha yan dito ni Fernandez. Solo block. Right there si Asis. Tagaod. Too wide. FEU will challenge the call. Itong mga challenges na to just makes the game more exciting and
Yes.
interesting. No, going back to the game of FEU against NU, halos lahat ng players dito ni Coach Tina Salak able to contribute. But there was no player who was able to deliver in double digits.
Yes, this time we see almost all of their players racking up some points, but as we mentioned earlier, Chini Tagaod only at 4 points, Barbie Hamili only having 2 points, so not their usual numbers or output, which is why NU was really able to dominate during that last match.
That's correct. Pero yung previous match naman ng UP, going up against UST, yun talaga pinakamatagal, isa sa pinakamatagal na
Yes.
game we had in this tournament. Also tag, as the best game so far.
Of the Shakey Super League.
That's correct.
I mean, of course, every set reached an extended set, hitting 27. And even the last fifth set
Yes.
extended.
It ended 15 to 17 in favor of UST, and the game finished 2 hours and 40 minutes. Napakatagal. And from that, yung momentum na build ng UP going into this game, but makikita mo pa ba na they are still, of course, showing aggressiveness. But let's take a look at this angle. Unsuccessful challenge. Coach Tina Salak, napapangiti na lang dahil she has been contesting the call. Pero pabor ang resulta na yon sa UP. Chini Tagaod hitting that down the line but too wide.
May kasamang gigil din si Chini Tagaod. I mean, of course, you're getting calls that you are still contesting and you'd want to make sure na makabawi ka kaagad. But a little too much power on that last hit from Tagaod.
First ball by Kiseo. Running attack. Asis is rejected. Chansa para sa UP. Another one. Sotomili bibigay kay Monares. She is blocked.
That was a perfectly timed block coming from Jean Asis and no coverage on the side of UP on that last play.
Well, the contributions will, talagang magiging helpful pa rin yan, lalo na FEU is trying to win a set here in this match. Middle attack. Tagaod from the back. Itang almost blocked it, pero and too much power again from Tagaod's hit from the back row.
Tagaod now at 7 points and great attempt though coming from Nina Itang. You can really see that when she's unable to get that block, she shows how disappointed she is and
Yes.
shows how much passion she has and how much effort she puts into each block she does.
And another error. Pero this time, well, Itang medyo nadulas ata doon sa last setup na yon. As we head on to our first technical timeout, 8-7 is the count.
I've seen your best and worst, pero saan ba gusto mag-settle ng team? Coach T wants the team to strive harder dahil nga nakikita naman niya ang potensyal ng girls. Aminado rin naman siya sa akin na nawawalan daw ng drive ang kupunan. Kaya naman last training, ginawa lang nilang light ang mood. Nakipaglaro ang girls against Coach T at ang naging takeaway naman nila dito ay kaya pala nilang maglaro na nag-e-enjoy. Bumabalik na ba ang graded ng girls inside the court? Let me know your thoughts.
Well, they were able to do that sa simula nung second set, diba? Pero it was, committing a lot of errors talaga took a toll on their performance in that time.
Well, I think we're seeing glimpses of it. There are times that FEU is able to make a run, rack up some points, and just play very light and their usual selves on court. But then we also see consecutive errors coming from their side, whether it be attack errors or service errors too, which kills their momentum when they're starting to get their game going.
That's correct. Meanwhile, it's Encarnacion. Naitawid ang bola. Chance for FEU. Monares off the block. Good save. Chance for FEU, pero napalakas ang balik doon ni Gayo at puntos pa rin yan for the Lady Tamaraws. Hindi alam ni Coach Shak at ni Gayo yung magiging reaksyon kanina as FEU having a 1-point advantage here, 9-8. Short serve. Celis rejected. Encarnacion down the line pero nakita yan ni Tagaod. Naibalik ni Encarnacion. Now, you love how Gallo able to activate and capitalize on her attackers.
Yes, Gallo has so many spikers to go to, and she's evenly distributing her sets to all her spikers, whether it be the wings and now Panangin scoring a point for FEU.
The scoop play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Encarnacion pa din ang papalo and she will get a point.
Another great attack coming from Jewel Encarnacion, the captain of the UP Fighting Maroons. This time, going to the middle, in between Chini Tagaod.
Now, a couple of times, si Jewel lang makakakuha ng first ball tapos sa kanya pa rin isi-set up. But you can see how composed she is, getting the reception or a dig para makaset up dito si Sotomil. Sotomil with an attempt but unsuccessful. Panangin will try, but that's too wide.
Too much power on that last hit coming from Panangin and too much angle as well. We are still all tied up at 10.
That's correct. 2 consecutive points gained here by UP. Gallo bibigay kay Panangin from the middle and she will earn a point.
Bumawi naman si Panangin this time after committing an error.
That's correct. There's Gallo, the second setter for FEU. It's Jewel once again.
You really have to commend Jewel Encarnacion for her composure, as you mentioned earlier, inside the court. When she receives that ball, when she goes up for that kill, so relaxed, so composed, and you already know her efficiency rate is very high in terms of scoring.
That's correct. Well, she did 10 points in their game against UST. Bustrillo this time, no entry. Sabi ni Panangin. Together, of course, with Fernandez in the front.
Bustrillo rejected this time by Panangin and Fernandez on the block for FEU.
Violation called against UP. And it's FEU again getting their points for this part of the set. Good first ball by Jewel. Bustrillo babawi. Finding the open spot on the floor. This is Barbie Hamili.
We're seeing Barbie Hamili now on the floor, subbing in for Julian Monares, while Jewel Encarnacion on deck to serve.
Drop at nakita yan ni Encarnacion. Monares. Too much power. She was towering over the blockers of FEU pero lumabas ang palo ni Monares. And FEU continues to get points from UP's errors. Ethan Arce, back wing attack.
Ethan Arce going through that block. Now at her 7th point of the match. We have to really love the connection between Sotomil and Ethan Arce. And coming from a back quick, which is, well, a bit tough to execute, as you really have to have chemistry between the spiker and setter.
Monares, nakita agad ang regalo na yon. She responded in an instant. Okay.
Great anticipation coming from Monares. And knowing where to bring that ball to get that point as well.
We are tied at 14.
Great serve.
Ibabalik yan ni Hamili.
Free ball for UP.
Combination play pero nakita yan ni Gallo. Fernandez. Not minding the blockers of UP. Monares, in their last game, she was capitalized, but still, insufficient for FEU to be able to get a set. But this time, she's doing pretty excellent. Going against his sister, or her sister rather. Just at the net, naibalik yan. Monares, good coverage. Gallo. Bibigay kay Hamili, and Hamili will find the hole in the defense of UP. Second technical timeout here as Hamili gaining a point from the back row. Lamang dito ang FEU, 16-14 is the score.
Fans out there from Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Up Live, you're still watching Shakey Super League. Nakaboto na ba kayo ng favorite team and player ninyo? All you have to do is download the Up Live app and click for the Shakey Super League banner to vote for your favorite team and player. 1 vote credit para sa pag-login. Pero if maubusan ka ng vote credits, don't worry, you can exchange 10 U diamonds for 1 vote credit. These exchange are unlimited, so these vote credits are available until finals of Shakey Super League. Pero ngayon, balikan natin ang volleyball action. Let's go back to the ball game.
Thank you for that, Angel. At syempre, Up Live is a new platform for all you volleyball fans to know more about your favorite players and teams. At syempre, download nyo na ang Up Live para makaboto. Download nga ang Up Live and vote for your favorite players. At syempre, scan the QR code now on your screens.
That was a emphatic kill coming from Danica Celes on that running attack, and now we're seeing substitutions. Sotomil out, Camille Cal in, Kabasak in as well for Steph Boschilio.
Coach Shaq wants to have a full front line, pero rotation error. You like how Encarnacion kanina approaches the officials, but that's too late kasi nakapito na nga
na yung
ang ating referees dito.
So that would be a free point given to FEU. An untimely error as we close out this set.
That's right. Chini Tagaod on deck. Cal. That time, attack from UP pero nakuha yan ng FEU. Gallo to Hamili. Atake galing kay Kabasak. Nabol yan ng FEU and chance for UP. Great effort for FEU. At makakapuntos dito ang FEU after Celis commits an error. A violation nga dito for UP and Coach Shaq will call for timeout.
Sige, gawin nyo na. Hayaan nyo na yung error na yan, ha? O, compose na ulit tayo. Focus na ulit tayo sa game natin. Okay? Nika, sabi ko sa iyo, ang pattern nila ng depensa nakaganito. Ito ang butas nila. Ito, kukunin lang yan. Dito. Ayun, kung kaya pa yung paluin mo yan, pero kung magdadrop ka din sa gitna, ha? Okay, Camille, tuloy lang, ha? Sayang.
FEU now with a mini run as we approach the tail end of the set. And we hear some reminders from Coach Shaq de los Santos about just to ignore that error and to focus more on that next play.
That's right. And Shakey Super League would like to thank Eurotel for being one of our sponsors. Eurotel, where service and comfort meet. Maraming salamat po. And after that timeout, FEU actually getting a point here. Tatlo na ang kanilang kalamangan. Again, combination play. Hindi na execute ng maayos ng UP. Cal. Bibigay kay Kabasak another chance for FEU. And that is Fernandez just, being crafty and sending the ball over sa likod ng court ng UP. And this cool play of the set is brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now.
That was such a smart play coming from Fernandez. Looks so easy, but just really outsmarting UP as you'd expect for her to set it up into a second to the setter in order for them to make a play. But that was a very smart play coming from her.
Set to Monares. Assist to Hamili off the block. And another point for FEU. That is Barbie Hamili.
FEU now with a 5-point lead.
This what happened in the second set. Lamang ang FEU. It's Coach Shaq again will use another timeout.
Hindi pwedeng ganun, ha? Okay? Ha? Okay, bawi, ha? Okay, go.
Wala ate. Sige, coach. Okay, 1 point at a time. Malayo pa yan. Tara. Reset tayo. Balik tayo sa focus natin sa court. Diba lang yan, okay? UP! Fight!
A seemingly calm Coach Shaq de los Santos, even if FEU now has a 5-point lead. And we also heard team captain Jewel Encarnacion reminding her teammates to bring back that focus into the court since medyo nawawala nga sila in this latter tail end of our set.
Is it UP becoming a little relaxed or FEU dominating this set, Kayla?
Well, I think it's a mix of both. You have UP a little bit more lax, especially in their floor defense, and those easy balls which they weren't able to get or defend. And of course, FEU playing a bit better this time around, being able to move more and just having a light atmosphere on their side of the court.
That's correct. Meanwhile, back on the floor, Barbie Hamili with the cross-court attack. Encarnacion, what a hit from Jewel.
That was a great hit coming from team captain Jewel Encarnacion, leading by example and trying to get some points for her team using the hands of the FEU block this time.
And you've mentioned she is the team captain, leading nga yung kanyang koponan. Consistency ang nakikita natin dito kay Jewel. Both from both departments, offense and defense, as Monares gaining a point from the service area.
We're now seeing substitutions on the FEU side. Devasora and Tin Obaldo in for Fernandez. And
no, that's correct. From that timeout called by Coach Shaq, 3 straight points nakuha dito ng UP, making that 4 and the second service ace for Monares. Yan naman si Coach Tina Salak, mapapatawag ng timeout dito, pero that service ace magkasunod. What a chase coming from UP.
Okay. Pag nakita yung posisyon natin na ganyan, for sure ilolong, kamayin na natin. Pero kung hindi sila mag-adjust, pasa tayo. Okay, magandang play. Yes, coach. Bitaw muna tayo, dulo-dulo. Pakamitin mo muna to, eh. Sige, pasa ka.
kaya pag short ball ko naman.
Go, go, go!
Charge! Well, that was a momentum killer for... I mean, that timeout was called to kill the momentum since UP is now having a mini run and FEU now only up by 1 point.
That's correct. That was a huge 5-point advantage.
Yes.
From FEU kanina. Also happened in the second set. 5 rin ang naging kalamangan ng FEU. Hinabol ng UP. What a coverage for FEU. Pagkakataon ulit for the Fighting Maroons as Danny Caceres earning a point from the running attack.
Take a look at another running attack by Danica Celis. And I think that was already a connection established between Sotomil and Celis as they've mastered, and we've seen her attacking via that running attack time and time again all throughout this match and the Shakey Super League.
With power coming from that attack ni Barbie Hamili, pero basang-basa yan dito ng blockers ng UP. And there was no coverage on the floor for FEU. It's UP finally, taking the lead at the start of the set. They are up by 1. Calio, bibigay kay Hamili. Pero nakuha yan ni Encarnacion. Or rather, that's Monares. Sotomil setting that one to Encarnacion. The team captain again earning a point. It's UP having 2-point lead. FEU calls for timeout.
Napakasimple ng bola. Okay. Aatake tayo. Ano magandang atake natin? Tulong na kay Barbie. Pag medyo alanganin ang pasin mo na. Ha? Pag alanganin din, pwede kang mag-drop ball. Kung basta mas importante, paluin mo. Okay? Kaya yan. Wings!
Basta muna tayo! Basta! Go lang! Charge!
Delikado ang word na potential. May potential ng team at laging nagpa-promise na babawi pero hindi nga pinapalad ang UP Fighting Maroons. Yan nga ang sinabi sa akin ni Jewel Encarnacion as team captain. Pero para sa kanya, no matter what the game result is, gusto niyang hindi nga daw mawala ang momentum ng girls back dahil there's always room for improvement at gusto rin naman niyang itaas pa ang level ng kanilang play. That's all for now. Back to the panel.
I like the optimism of Jewel Encarnacion, as the team captain, setting a good example. Pero babalik tayo doon sa last play na yon. Sotomil jumping for joy dahil siya nga ang nakablock dito kay Barbie Hamili at tuwan-tuwa siya looking at Coach Shaq.
Yes, I'm sure that's just a confidence booster as a setter, as she isn't a tall setter, but she was able to get that block at the tail end of her set.
That's correct. Encarnacion was blocked. Good effort for UP, pero nakapuntos doon ang FEU. And going back to the point of the report of Sab, yung lahat tayo, we have a room for improvement. and it applies to everybody. And that's what you like about these players. These two teams talaga nagpapakita ng lakas, talino. And we are seeing that right here. Danica Celis running, but that's too wide.
Too much power on that last running attack coming from Danica Celis.
FEU now chasing a 1-point lead here. Encarnacion with a good first ball, and she will attempt to get a point, pero lalabas ang palo ni Jewel. We are now tied at 23. Itong gusto nitong dalawang team na to, talagang pinapakaba lahat ng nanunood.
And all three sets actually were very close
That's
until
correct.
the very end.
Yes.
And always neck and neck.
Another attack error coming from Jewel. Now that's very rare for Jewel Encarnacion to commit those errors. Pero hindi maganda ang timing ng kanyang errors for this set. Passes and FEU at set point. Celis with a drop, pero nakuha yan ng FEU. Panangin. Bustrillo from the back. Tagaod. Tinakbo ni Fernandez. Chance for UP. Encarnacion finally redeeming herself after committing to errors earlier.
And you have to love how much trust Jewel Encarnacion has on her own self, as committing back-to-back errors at a crucial part of a set really gets you a bit doubtful of your capabilities. But this last point coming from her shows how talented she is as an athlete, knowing how to bounce back right away and forgetting those errors.
That's correct. Galio, tumpit si Panangin, and Panangin seeing the open spot on the floor of UP. And Panangin talagang being smart in that last play, using her left hand. Kanina pa hindi nababantayan ng UP yung spot na yon. Encarnacion off speed. Hindi yun nahabol ni Barbie Hamili. Tabla po tayo ulit sa 25. Sotomil on deck for UP. She has been vital in that game against UST. Galio, Panangin. Nakita yon ni Gayo na libero, but still, it's Panangin, same spot and same result for FEU.
Panangin coming alive in our third set. This is the third set point for the FEU Lady Tamaraws.
Sotomil, pupunta kay Bustrillo. Bustrillo off the block at hindi yan nahabol ni Hamili. Still tied again at 26.
That was a powerful hit coming from Steph Bustrillo. So difficult to block her.
That's correct. Jewel Encarnacion serving for UP. Galio, bibigay. Ito, pero nakita yan this time ni Gayo. Bustrillo again, but she was dug by Hamili. Tagaod. Sotomil, Tumunares. Down the line, pero Encarnacion was there. Munares again. Excellent defense by Kiseo. Binitawan ni Encarnacion and Gayo yung palo na yon ni Tagaod.
That
And
was a powerful hit coming from Chini Tagaud, but a challenge will be called on the side of Coach Tina Salak for a block touch.
oh, this is a crucial.
Very crucial challenge at this point of the match, as we are now on the third set and already at an extended third set actually.
Simula pa lang, first set. And these two teams, no, talagang mas ginagawang mas exciting itong laro natin.
Yes.
Dumidikit lalo na towards the end of the set. You'd like how these two teams really, going the extra mile to grab a win. And coming into this game prepared. Love the character and personality. Again, UP playing without Eslapor and Bertolano, but still doing an excellent job. We'll see what's the outcome of this challenge of Coach Tina Salak. FEU, yes.
Successful challenge on the part of Coach Tina Salak, and a good eye coming from her. That point will be awarded to FEU, and they are now at set point.
That's correct. Full front row for FEU, Tagaod. Of course, Asis and Fernandez. For UP, you have Bustrillo, Arsen, of course. This is Gayo setting this one to Monares. Nandun si Panangin. Opposite. Pero na-block dun si Fernandez. Tagaod! Again, too wide.
That was too wide and too strong for Chini Tagaod. We are now
Again.
at going to an extended play.
That's correct. Both teams really exerting a remarkable performance here, displaying excellent jobs. Celis blocked. That time, itong si Asis.
Ball still alive.
Galio, bibigay kay Fernandez. Encarnacion able to put the ball up. Pero, Encarnacion knows that she can still save the ball, pero nandun si Arce. Good effort by these two teams. FEU. Celis with the drop, but a good save right here. And that time, Asis able to end that rally, and finally FEU getting their first set win. Great effort by the Lady Tamaraws.
That was a great hit coming from Jean Asis. Really rattling the defense of the UP Fighting Maroons.
That's correct, and this is FEU winning the third set 29-27. comeback for FEU. Actually, they started this one strong compared to their previous sets, and they were able to sustain that advantage until the 20th point.
Yes, and we see UP fighting back and gaining a lead towards the latter part of the set. But as we hit the extended play time, that's when momentum shifts are happening from squad to squad.
That's correct. And FEU winning the challenge in that part of the set as we see the numbers of these two squads.
18 to 13 for UP in terms of attacks, 3 blocks for FEU, and no blocking this time for UP. And that was something they were really leading at in that first and second set.
That's right. FEU, capitalizing on the errors committed here by UP. And that went on their favor. Kaya naman nakuha nila maipanalo yung third set as we start the fourth. And this set is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Sharp serve. Fernandez. Free for UP. Arce blocked. And it's the Lady Tamaraws earning their first point for this set. Ganda na naging bantay nila in their that attack. Galing kay Arce. Sotomil, bibigay sa gitna, Encarnacion. Nakita mo yung iwas ni Encarnacion sa blockers ng FEU?
You can see how mature she is able to play. I mean, well, she is one of the veterans for the UP Fighting Maroons. And as you mentioned, iwas na iwas talaga yung last hit na yun as the FEU block was well established right in front of her. And too much power for that hit this time for Barbie Hamili.
Iniwas na ni Barbie Hamili yung palo na yon sa blockers ng UP pero medyo napalakas yung kanyang hawi. 2-1 is our score as Encarnacion commits her one service error here. Mitzi Panangin serving for FEU. Monares.
Point will be awarded to FEU as that hit by Monares touched the antenna.
Back-to-back points for the Lady Tamaraws. No Panangin. One of the scorers of FEU in their previous match. Pero nabanggit nga natin, no double digits on the side of FEU. 3-2 is our score. Sotomil sets this one up to Monares. Hamili, tatawid ang bola. Over reception by Jewel and Jane Asis taking advantage of the regalo.
That was great anticipation as well coming from Jane Asis this time and really been aggressive all throughout this game. She has already tallied around 10 points so far.
Arce from the middle.
Meanwhile, Arce now with a response in the middle this time.
So you can we also saw Arce very aggressive no umpisa, both offense and defense.
And now it's Arce and Itang playing middle for our fourth set.
That's correct. So in that last attack, nakuha yan ni Encarnacion na ibalik niya. FEU will opt to have a combination play.
That was too long for Fernandez this time.
Kanina yung palo, it seemed like it's 4 touches but the play continues on.
It's definitely tough to judge from depending on the angle of where our referees call these or see these points. And an ace coming from Ethan Arce this time.
Yes, that's the first for UP for this set. They have a 1-point lead here. 5 serving 4. Hamili blocked at the net. And that time, puntos ulit ang makukuha ng UP. Already having a 2-point lead. And Ethan Arce, of course from Hope Christian, continues to serve. Assist. May kasama ng Eagle doon sa setup na yon.
You gotta love the energy and how well Jean Assis is playing in today's match. Already in double figures, and that's expected from her, being one of the older players of Coach Tina Salak.
That's right. Sotomil, tuwa Monares pero naibalik yan. Hamili using her left. Violation ang itatawag laban sa UP.
If you notice since the beginning of the match, bawat set neck and neck talaga yung labanan.
Service error.
Good read on the part of Jewel Encarnacion, seeing that that ball was over her head and sailing out already.
Coach Shaq, of course, continues to give reminders. Bustrillo with the serve. No, block ni Itang yung pagbalik na yun ng bola. Set up by Sotomil to Monares. Napalakas that time tong si Asis, and she said meron daw touch. But Coach Tina Salak will challenge the call. Kaya meron nga. Block touch daw, sabi ni Coach Tina Salak. This is FEU. No, they won the third set. Now trying to snatch another one. And ang daming energy nitong dalawang team natin. Simula ng first set, parating extended yung ating sets. And we'll see if this challenge is successful. Inconclusive daw ang challenge. And when we say it's inconclusive, there's no clear angle from that last sequence. We'll head on to our first technical timeout. It's UP having a 2-point lead.
Medyo nagmamadali nga daw ang girls during last set, sabi ni Coach Shaq. At kanina niremind lang naman niya ang girls na wag nga daw mararatel kahit na lumalawang nga sila sa kabilang koponan. At makinig lang sa instructions ni Coach dahil nga dapat wala silang sari-sariling movement. At 1 point at a time dahil meron pa naman daw silang isang set para makabawi. That's all for now. Back to the panel.
Thank you for that report, Sab. And this whole time, Coach Shaq remains ano mo yun, kampante and composed every time out.
And that just shows how much trust he has in his players. He knows that they can still take this game.
That's correct. Meanwhile, back on the floor, that's a great dig coming from Kiseo. And Barbie Hamili getting the point.
You have to give credit to Sheila Caseo for manning the floor defense on that FEU side. And of course, so much energy coming from her. She was not, her real position actually is a spiker, but throughout the last few games of the Shakey Super League, they converted her into libero, and so far, really proving to be efficient for her squad as a libero.
That's correct.
Perfect
Sotomil,
pass.
yes, to Itang and Nina. Itang, nakita mo parang from her expression, nakita mo talagang she has been wanting to get a point. No, medyo naging tahimik siya earlier.
I really love that about Nina Itang. You can see her effort in terms of when she blocks all out, todo yung talon niya, no matter what kind of attack their opposing team will do. But we also have to give credit to Jewel Encarnacion for her perfect passes.
Monares, well, getting a point, and that's too strong for Gayo. Second libero of UP. 8 serving 9. And you have Jean Assis on deck for FEU. Sotomil, bibigay kay Itang, and Itang again will earn a point from that slide.
Back-to-back attacks coming from Nina Itang, this time from a running attack.
Yun yung nakikita natin na very effective si Itang. Actually, running, quick, lalo na sa blocks. She's doing an excellent job, pero not this time at the service area. FEU serving, only down here by a point. Sotomil with a drop, pero nakita yun ni Wangko. Monares to Ate Monares. Wangko ibibigay ulit kay Monares. Bustrilio down the line. Good run by Hamili. Free para sa UP. Excellent defense here by FEU. Pero nakita din yan ng UP, and UP winning that rally.
And you can see an applause coming from Coach Shaq. That was a great rally between FEU and UP, and ending it with a point coming from Ethan Arce.
Patibayan nga din ang depensa dito sa net ang pinapakita ng dalawang koponan. And that's Panangin. No, Encarnacion able to put the ball up. That's but too much power. Ten serving 11. We are already at the fourth set. And FE was able to take on the third. As Sotomil sets this one up to Encarnacion. And Jewel hitting that through the net.
May kasamang Giggles na doon on that last play. That will be 4 touches and point will be awarded to FEU.
FEU able to tie this game. 11 points apiece. Arce from a running attack. Too wide.
Too much power on that attack coming from Ethan Arce.
Ang galing umiwas ni Coach Tina Salak in that setup na yun. Yung palo ni Ethan.
Julian Monares still on deck to serve.
Sotomil to Bustrilio. And that's another point earned by FEU.
No coverage on the side of UP as Bustrilio gets blocked by Mitzi Panangin and Fernandez.
Just like that, FEU having a 2-point lead. Another short serve. Sotomil, one-hand set. Na naitawid yan ng UP. FEU tried, but that's an excellent block of UP.
That was perfectly timed from Basilio and Ethan Arce to get that point for their squad. FEU now up by 1 point.
Galio ibibigay kay Panangin, and Panangin get that point. And again, the Lady Tamaraws now showing aggressiveness here. Service ace, back-to-back points for Panangin.
Service ace coming from Mitzi Panangin. And a rare misreceive from Jewel Encarnacion, as she has been perfect in the reception department in today's match.
Down the line attack, pero nakuha yan ni Monares. Pagkakataon for UP. Arce blocked at the net. Asis and Fernandez tandem. It's UP having, chasing a few points here against FEU. Tingnan natin itong last play.
Arce blocked by Jean Asis this time.
FEU on top here.
Don't forget to vote for your favorite players and for your favorite team. So download na ng App Live and look for the Shakey Super League banner. Scan the QR code you see on your screen and claim your daily free 1 vote credit. You could actually vote twice for your favorite player and for your favorite team. So don't forget to support and show love to your favorite team. And don't forget to download App Live. Watch here, App Live sa Shakey Super League, because you can see a more fun and engaging volleyball action. But for now, let's go back to the panel.
Thank you for that, Jong Panerio. At nabanggit na nga ni Jong, download App Live and join the chatter with your favorite players and scan the QR code now. Back on the floor, FEU, 4-point lead. Sotomil to Bustrillo, and Bustrillo babawi.
Great attack coming from Steph Bustrillo. So much power, just really wanting to break down the walls of that FEU block.
At nakuha na talaga niya yung timing. Hitting from the opposite.
Yes.
Very effective si Bustrillo. Arce serve. FEU drop. Off speed rather, pero hindi yan naitawid.
That's
Dito.
great intention though coming from Fernandez, but a little too short and not going over the net.
That's right. 14 serving 16. Good first ball. Hamili rejected. And that's what you can expect if you have Bustrillo and Itang in front. Excellent D at the net. Isa na lamang ang hinahabol dito ng UP as Ethan Arce continues to serve. Again, superb defense by UP.
This time coming from Monares and Itang. Such superb net defense that Itang is showing on all ends of the floor actually.
That's correct. Coach Tina Sala calls for timeout.
Paano tayo makakagawa ng puntos kahit na ano yung gagawin natin? Diba? Ang gagawin natin, tapon natin, silipin natin kung nasaan. Ngayon, pag may pasa, i-commit natin ito. Pwede tayo patong or yung ano natin. Pero mas maganda nga sana, doon sa atake, mag-isip tayo. Paano tayo atake? Babaluin lang ba natin? Babalik sa atin? O pwede natin itapon? Pareho lang naman drop ko, tapon. Basta ang importante sa akin, buo yung loob nung ginawa niyo yung ano.
Punta ka na doon, punta ka na.
Walang takot.
Our score all tied up now at 16 for FEU and 16 for UP, but in that last timeout called by Coach Tina Salak, she just reminded her girls to of course, about committing to their plays and being smarter with their strategies in terms of setting up their plays and knowing where to bring that ball to get a point.
That's correct. Before FEU gained this point, it was a 4-0 run here by UP. Kaya naman napatawag na si Coach Tina Salak. They were leading by 4 earlier. Pero ito na nga, biglang na nakasagot na nga ang FEU. Monares denied. Bustrillo with a drop, pero no, tatawag may violation daw dito ang UP. Well, the rule is kapag ang libero ang magsiset up, pwede niyang i-set beyond the attack line para makatalon yung spiker. Pero Gayo ata, she set that one lagpas na sa attack line, kaya violation called against UP. Pero ang bilis makabawi ng Fighting Maroons in that last play.
We're gonna see some substitutions now for Coach Shaq. Camille Cal in for Marian Sotomil, Kabasak in for Steph Basilio. And we've been seeing these types of duo substitutions towards the latter part of the set.
Strategic for Coach Shaq dahil gusto niya ng tatlong blockers and attackers. Ascal sets this one up to Monares. Hamili blocked. Pero hindi magpapatalo si Asis in that one, just, you know, hitting that through Itang.
Jean Asis going through and being able to get through the block of Itang as there was a space between her and the net.
That's correct, as FEU regains a 2-point lead.
Nakabawi naman si Nina Itang this time.
That's what you love about Nina Itang. Now, we've seen that a few times already dito pa lang sa match na to. Pag nagka-error siya or di niya nagawa ng maayos yung role niya, babawi siya.
Yes.
Definitely on the next
Very
point.
determined to get that next point after an error she's made.
Absolutely, as Monares serves for UP, and pero to puntos again. A rather chance for UP. And that's where Nina Itang gets a point.
Back-to-back attacks for Nina Itang. I think this is one of the best games she's played in the Shakey Super League. As usually it's Danica Celis and Ethan Arce.
Substitution on the side of FEU. Ubaldo at Debosora ang papasok. Tabla po tayo at 19.
Perfect receive coming from Monares.
No, good defense by Encarnacion. Monares again blocked. Chance again for UP. Hit from the middle. And that's Kabasak. No, even Kabasak was surprised, you know, from that hit.
Kabasak finding that line in zone 1. That wasn't a powerful hit, but just enough to get that point.
Yes, placing lang yung ginawa ni Kabasak.
Too powerful and too long for Joan Monares. And again, we are tied at 20. This has been happening in each set, actually. It gets really close towards the latter parts of the set.
That's correct. Service ace. And, you know, Asis getting a point. No, kanina pa, etong short serves na to, nagiging puntos at pabor sa FEU, pero tatawag si Coach Shaq ng timeout.
Alam mo na yung discard dyan, ha? Already attacker natin, ha? One good pass lang naman. Isip na kailangan natin, ha? Tapos endgame tayo, ha? Kailangan aggressive pa tayo sa gagawin natin, okay? Sige, go, trabaho.
UP! 5! 5!
We're seeing reception problems again for the UP Fighting Maroons squad, but Coach Shaq really seemed very composed in that last timeout, saying to prioritize their receive this coming play and of course their end game, as that's what they lacked in the previous set.
That's right.
Yes, the
Itong-
importance of finishing strong.
Yes. Encarnacion. No, di natin alam if that's, a mishit or intentional attack galing dito kay Jewel.
Yes, but a point is a point, and Jewel Encarnacion and her squad will be awarded that point.
Nina Itang serving for UP. Hamili. Cal and of course Monares just looked at each other and akala nila lalabas yung palo na yon.
The defense was just too forward for the UP Fighting Maroons. We're now seeing substitutions on the FEU side. Fernandez in and Galio back in the court.
Galio, the setter of FEU. Cal, that time to Kabasak. Kabasak was dug. Ibabalik yan ng FEU. One hand set. Violation called against UP.
There was a violation as Camille Cal is in the back row. So that is an illegal attack and the point will be awarded to FEU this time.
Inom kayo tubig. Hindi nyo kailangan madaliin yung gagawin, ha? Okay? O, one good pass muna. Pagka first ball natin, angat lang. Camille, discartehan mo, ha? Okay? Pagka alam mo umover, pwede mong bitawan. Okay? Ha? Sige, one good pass na, ha?
Pagka pala pag pang-row ako, pwede nyo indicate or pag back-row ako kahit.
Let's go, let's go.
Na lang sa drive push yun. Yung chance mo ba?
Hey, UP!
Pasa mo lang.
Coach Shaq just regrouping his girls, telling them to take their time and to prioritize again one good pass in order to set up a play and shift the momentum back to the UP side.
Yes, yun naman yung kanilang ginagawa pa kanina. Hinahabol nila pag lumalamang itong FEU. Pero we'll see if they can do that again this set. Pero another point will be earned here by Fernandez from the opposite FEU. That's set point. Gandang habol dito ng FEU. Kayo, bibigay kay Encarnacion. And that's clearly a violation.
Match set point saved by UP. We're seeing substitutions again. Sotomil and Basilio in, Camille Cal and Kabasak out.
Well, Coach Shaq, kailangan ng blockers dito.
Ethan Arsen now in front of the net to being put for net defense, as blocking is one of her fortes.
Panangin. And Panangin gaining a point from the drop. FEU taking on the fourth set. What an excellent setup for Panangin. Good adjustment as well. And the Lady Tamaraws, was able to snatch this 25-22. We're going to a fifth set. umpisa, it was UP able to build their momentum pero nabawi ito ng FEU.
Well, identical to the other sets, it was an exchange of points. Momentum shifts again on alternating sides of the court, but FEU having a better end game this time and taking away this fourth set, which now brings us to our fifth set.
That's correct. Statistics of set number 4.
Well, as you can see, neck and neck talaga yung ating laro, or in terms of our set 4, attacks 12 to 10, blocks, and what really set FEU apart was their aces. 5 aces to only 1 from UP.
That's right, and this set is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Service ace ang panimula ng UP. Dito, you can see that is Fernandez leading the charge. 14 points.
Jean Asis with 16 and Fernandez at 14 points. Big contributions actually, and these players stepping up compared to the usual Chin Tagaod and Barbie Hamili. Actually, Barbie Hamili a bit quiet in today's match, but these two girls stepping up, and we're now at the fifth set because of their efforts.
That's correct. Well, Tagaod and Hamili, they have been quiet for the past 2 matches na nilaro nila. Oh, excellent defense by Capistrano. Chance for UP. Quick, pero the block yan ng FEU as Bustrilio successful in getting that point. You know, in the previous set, on the side of FEU, it was Asis and Panangin, the middle blockers, really stepped up in that game. Nakita natin the efforts shown right here as Panangin again gains another point.
Another player stepping up big time for FEU today is Mitzi Panangin, especially in those crucial moments, getting points off her attacks. Now she's on deck to serve.
Back-to-back points for Mitzi Panangin. Again, we are already at a 5th set here. Classification match. Sotomil sets this one up to Bustrilio.
Bustrilio, just enough power to get that through the hands of the blockers. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the game, whoever wins this match will battle it out for whoever wins the match between Ateneo and Perpetual later on for 5th place.
That's correct.
Games will be next week, next Saturday.
Hamili, explosive.
That was a great attack coming from Barbie Hamili, using the hands of the blockers of the UP Fighting Maroons to get that point. Kung baga pina-check na lang niya since that block was pretty well established.
At sinagot naman yan agad ni Itang.
Actually, if you think about it, most of UP's games, or a lot of them, are 5th set, 5-setters actually.
Yes.
Versus Perpetual, the last game versus UST, and now versus FEU. So, sanay sila makalaro ng 5-setter matches.
Monares, block pero lalabas ang bola. And the point will go to UP. Pero dun sa mga sinasabi mong previous matches nila, nandun si Eslapor and Bertolano. But for this game, you know, they're not here. But UP, you know, still putting a good fight.
I think that plays a huge role also not having Eslapor, Eliza Bertolano, and Remilin Altomeo, their starting libero. Plays a huge role. But they have other players to fill in the shoes of the missing players for today's match.
Meanwhile, back on the floor, Monares, well, she was rejected that time.
Itang with another block, and I think that's like her 5th block of the entire match. Very efficient and very aggressive on the net defense.
Probably more than
Yes.
5 because ang ganda ng kanyang pinakita noong second set. And service is Monares. Timeout will be called here by Coach Tina Salak.
Kasi minsan, lumalabas, minsan direct. Okay. Alanganin talaga sa striker kung papasok o hindi. Ha? Pasa tayo. Tulungan natin sa pasa para makadiskarte tayo ng, ng play. Kakaintindihan. Wala ka lang. Kalma lang. Ito daw tayo. Okay? Go, let's go! An, kaya mo yan! Tiwala ka pa! FEU!
Coach Tina seeming very calm actually in that last timeout, just encouraging her players to have one perfect pass so that Galio can set up a good play in order to get the momentum back to their side of the court.
You know, the whole time I've been covering FEU, parang once or twice ko palang nakita talaga si Coach Tina na tumaas yung boses every time. Pero napaka kampante o makalma si Coach Tina. The same way as Coach Shaq, you know, heads UP. And this is their first time maging head coaches of these two teams. And both of them galing sa FEU.
And having Coach Tina Salak as your coach and as a setter as well, it's just very efficient for all their setters.
That's correct. Pero tingnan muna natin itong update at report galing kay Sam.
Isa lang naman ang gustong makita ni Coach Tina sa set na ito. Ito dahil no other than ang chemistry ng team. Kitang-kita mo nga kanina ang mga ngitin sa mga mukha ng mga players habang si Coach ay nag-iiwan ng mga reminders. So let's expect a more focus and positive aura from the girls as we continue set number 5.
Thank you for that, Sam. And syempre, you have to be optimistic, diba, towards the end. At walang bibitaw. At yun ang nakikita natin dito sa dalawang koponan natin on the floor as Chini Tagaod, gets a point from the drop.
Chini Tagaod a little bit quiet in the last few plays and last few sets, but now racking up a point for FEU. Our score is now 8-6. FEU down by 2.
We've seen earlier the numbers, of course, of these players of FEU. Asis and Fernandez really excellent on their roles as Jewel Encarnacion gains a point from that attack.
That was another great attack coming from the captain, Jewel Encarnacion.
One of the things that you will love about these two teams, kaya kapag nasa floor na sila, alam mo, kampante. Pero nakikita mong lumalaban. Tagaod was done. Encarnacion down the line, but that's out, sabi ng ating officials. And this is the time for Coach Shaq to challenge the call.
Challenge will be called for UP, whether that ball was in or out.
And we'll see. For Jugul Encarnacion, we rarely see her commit errors. Pero in the previous set, nakita natin yung consecutive attack errors niya. But she is able to cope and recover. Pero that will not be enough.
Too much power on that last hit by Jewel Encarnacion, and that challenge for UP is unsuccessful.
And that's why FEU will serve Sotomil to Celis off the block. Tagaod will hit the antenna.
Point will be awarded to UP as that hit by Chini Tagaod hits the antenna.
That will make UP on top, having a 3-point lead here as the playmaker will serve for the Fighting Maroons. Coach Tina Salak gesturing, overreaching. Our officials will give the point to UP, but they will contest the call.
That was tough as the referee called it as an illegal attack, but that point will still be awarded to UP, and Coach Tina Salak looking really disappointed as that was a crucial call.
Galio sets this one up to Tagaod. She is blocked. And Jewel Encarnacion rejoicing after getting that point. UP having a comfortable lead here. FEU calls for timeout.
Tapos yung kanina, hayaan mo kami magalit doon, huwag kayo maapektuhan. Pero this time, discarte tayo. After natin, pumalo, over, balik, block, mix. Nagkakaintindihan, wala na yun, wala na yun. Tapos na, kailangan na natin makarecover doon. Let's go.
Pasa tayo, pasa tayo, pasa tayo. Kaya. FEU!
Coach Tina Salak very disappointed with that last call as it was made at a crucial part of the match, and reminding her players not to be disappointed, not to mind.
Yes.
Not to mind as their coaches, the coaching staff is a bit, they're still contesting that call, to just look forward and focus on the next play.
Well, marami na rin kasing naging tawag ang hindi
Yes.
nagustuhan dito ni Coach Tina Salak a few times already.
A lot of calls that didn't go their way.
That's correct. Back on the floor here as Bustrillo was dug by Tagaod. Nakita yan ni Sotomil, Capistrano. Si Kiseo, bibigay kay Tagaod off the block, and Jeannie Tagaod getting a point.
Chini Tagaod using the hands of that UP block to get that point. Checking it off the hands of the blockers. And now she's on deck to serve.
8 serving 12. Good first ball. Bustrillo. Good work. Panangin, pero nakita yan ni Capistrano. Bustrillo will try again. Walang blockers on the side of FEU.
Na-late yung blockers ng FEU, which is why Steph Bustrillo was able to get a clean shot going cross-court.
Siyempre, if you are the attacker at nakita mong walang nagbabantay sa'yo, then you will
yes.
definitely capitalize on that. This is Barbie Hamili. Tata Capistrano able to put the ball up. Down the line, Tagaod was there. And
That was too long for Chini Tagaod.
that's a missed opportunity on the side of FEU.
UP Fighting Maroons now at match point.
Galio to Hamili. Hamili is blocked. No coverage for FEU, and UP Fighting Maroons winning this set and finally, getting this match on their favor. What a comeback and for UP, and you have to commend as well the performance displayed here by FEU Lady Tamaraws. 15-8 is our score. MVP of the match, interviews and highlights sa pagbabalik yan ng Shakey Super League. another grueling match for our first game, 26-24, 28-26, 27-29, 22-25, 15-8. UP ang nanalo at nangibabaw sa laro na to. And we have our MVP of the match. A lot of players did pretty well on their game today. And this MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Kayla, your MVP of the match?
Well, our MVP of the match for today's game is Jewel Encarnacion. She really led by example, exemplary reception, even if she was at the back line, and she was very calm and composed. She had 13 points as well, and tiwala ka tuwing nakakakuha siya ng sets because you know she'll get that point for her squad.
That's correct. It's Jewel Encarnacion paving the way for the Fighting Maroons to win this game, and she is right now with Sam San Diego.
I have here with me the MVP of the match. We have Miss Jewel Encarnacion of UP Fighting Maroons. So balikan na muna natin yung game. No? So paano nyo ba siniguradong sa inyo na ang set 5?
Hindi po talaga kami sure, pero ang plano lang namin is i-apply yung pinag-trainingan namin. Pumasa ng maayos, mag-set ng maganda, pumalo at kumover. Yun lang po, kailangan lang namin maging consistent. Kailangan nakafocus po talaga kami sa laro namin. Bigay lang, walang takot.
Okay, at next question ko naman sa iyo, gaano ba ka-importante ang game na ito para sa inyo? Dahil nga na-mention mo nga sa akin na marami nga sa inyo halos maiyak nga nung mga previous games ninyo.
Yung game po na to, pinapakita po kung nasa na po talaga kami since nagre-rebuild nga po kami ng team. So, napakaganda din po ng mga lessons na napulot namin dito. At yun, pagbubutihan pa po namin yun sa susunod naming laro at sa isa pang liga.
Kaya naman, sino ba ang mga gusto mong batiin?
Okay. Binabati ko po yung UP community, mga kababayan ko sa Laurel. Sponsor namin, Mamasitas, thank you so much po. Sino pa ba? Mga tao dito sa Shakey. Hello po, good morning. Good morning.
I love the energy. Once again, congratulations again, Jewel Encarnacion, for being the MVP of the match. Kaya meron ka namang ma-receive ng gifts from Shakey's PH. Congrats! Now back to the panel.
Thank you for that, Sap. To Jimin Mondejera, of course, congratulations to our MVP of the match, Jewel Encarnacion and the UP Fighting Maroons. This is UP. Talaga nga, nagpakita simula pa lang ng ating sets. First set, it's the middle blockers really doing the job for these two squads.
Yes, we can see UP starting strong in the first set, and it was actually an exchange of points all throughout the match. But going to the second set, UP still taking away that set, having better end game as compared to FEU. Contributions from Nina Itang and a lot of the UP players actually, Ethan Arce.
Encarnacion, of course, Vergere. Dito nga humabol ang UP sa set number 2. Kaya naman, nakita mo yung kanilang bawi. And papunta naman sa third set, FEU able to start strong here. Nakuha nilang i-maintain yun until the 20th point. And 4 consecutive points nagawa dito from ng UP, pero nakahabol nga dito ang FEU, ang hahaba ng mga naging resulta ng ating games.
And contributions as well in set 3 and 4 after FEU taking those 2 sets. Coming from Asis and Fernandez, very aggressive on the net in terms of their blockings and their offense as well.
Idagdag mo pa dito si Panangin, which really, contributed a huge part in that set number 4. Fifth set, dito talaga nagkatalo ang performance ng ating dalawang team. Pati bayan sa depensa at opensa ang pinakita nila.
Yes, for set 5, UP dominating more in that set. We see better end game from them, which allowed them to take away that set.
That's correct, and you can see our scores for the first match of today. Tapang at hindi nga nagpatalo ang ipinakita ng mga scholar ng bayan sa ating unang laro. And for our match summary,
we can see our match summary very neck and neck in terms of our statistics. Attacks the same at 64, blocks UP outblocking FEU 14-10, and aces halos magkaparehos din, and as well as our opponents' error, really almost all the same for throughout the whole match.
That's correct. Remarkable performances from these two squads at makikita pa nga natin sila at makalaro pa on November 19, diba, for our matches. Again, ito na much awaited semi-final match. NU going up against UST sa pagbabalik yan ng Shakey Super League.